I'm Kat and today I'm going to do a full face of blue makeup. So we're on to the last one of the full face of colour makeup. So today we're doing blue. So I actually thought this one was going to be quite easy to find colours for, as I know I've got a lot of blue eyeshadows and I've got blue lipstick already, but it was actually kind of difficult. So I'll show you the lipstick. So this is the Lime Crime, is it Velveteen I think? And this is in the colour Peacock, which I've actually got swatched on a tissue here. As you can see, it's more of like a dark kind of like teal blue. So it's not like a, I don't know, royal blue, you know? So that made it a lot harder, because when I swatched that out, it was like, okay, I like that colour. But then when I started looking at my eyeshadows and like the colours that I've got, it was like, okay, this is going to be harder than I thought. So I'll show you my massive pile of palettes that I've actually gone through. Oh, they're quite heavy. So this was the massive pile I went through to find blue eyeshadow, and I've ended up not using all of these. So this is my final pile here, which I'm still kind of deciding on the colours that I'm going to use. I have swatched a bunch on my hand here. Like, there were so many blues, I was actually going up my arm for this one. So it was worse than, I don't know, what was one of the others that I'd done? I actually started going up my arm, but I've got even more blues. Hopefully you can see on my arm here, but I don't know, this is what I narrowed it down to. So I have got like a few really good ones that I think match with this lipstick really well, but it was really hard because like a lot of the blues were either like proper blue, which I don't know if that would go as well with this because I want it to obviously match, or like they're then leaning a bit too, I guess, green. Like if you can see this one over here, like these are a bit too green leaning, like more going, I guess, is it aqua? So hopefully you can see here, like this one is probably almost like a perfect match with the lipstick. So I'm definitely going to use that, probably this dark one next to it. I am still deciding on like the shimmers to use, because I did think this one here, like it looks beautiful, but I'm thinking that's leaning in a bit too green. That is actually from this palette here, which like is this shade here, which I think is lovely, but I think it's going to be too green. So I'm wondering whether to go a bit more blue. I've got this one here, which is a bit darker. And I'm almost thinking actually I might go for down here, which is quite blue, but I'm wondering if it could be good to do that just to make like to tie the look together and bring it more towards blue. So I'll show you the palettes and shades that I've kind of narrowed it down to. So first up we've got the Cosmic Beauty The Lovers palette, and I'm thinking just maybe the light blue from this one, because I'm trying to decide whether to do a matte in a corner or like a shimmer in a corner. I think I am leaning towards a matte, possibly, just looking at what colours I've got. So I might just use this as a matte in a corner highlight, which is very light. And then next up we've got the Beauty Bay Midnight palette, which I was thinking this was going to be a good one, but it's kind of like half blue, half purple. A lot of these shades, they're obviously proper like blues, aren't they, rather than like the teal. But I am thinking I might use some of these to, I think it's going to be better than going for the more green blues. So I did swatch some down here. Obviously they're not as intense as some of the other colours, but I'm thinking I might possibly use, I think, the shimmer here, because it's a nice lighter blue, and I couldn't really find any other like light blue shimmers. Like they're either like darker blues or they're just leaning more like greeny. So yeah, I might just go for the shimmer here. And then we've got the Retro Love palette from Beauty Bay, which I actually thought this whole like quad up here was like quite a good match, although it is leaning a bit too green. So this shimmer here, I was trying to look at my swatches to figure out which colour I was going for. So possibly this darker shimmer here, which is the only dark shimmer on my hand, this one here. So I might possibly use that because it is more like a darker blue. Like it's got a kind of greeny blue shift to it, but it is leaning more blue. So I am thinking that possibly. And then we've got the Oden's Eye collab with Fancy Face, the Hummingbird palette. And from this one is the shade here, which I believe is this one here, I think, which is pretty much a perfect match with the lipstick. So that's gonna go fantastic, and I think that's gonna be kind of my like base shade for the whole look. And then I've got the Cosmic Beauty Serenity palette with this shade over here, and I believe that is just like kind of a darker version of that blue, so I'd use that to like deepen up the look. So as you can see, I did swatch a lot of other shades, but I think they're just leaning too green really once I was actually looking at them. So that's what we're gonna go for, and I don't know, hopefully it turns out, I mean, I think the eyes will turn out good. It's just whether I guess it then works with the lipstick, like both of them together. And I am going to be cheating in this look again, as I'm not going to do a blue blush today. Obviously I don't have a blue blush, but I'm not going to use eyeshadow. I have got some stuff to do today, so I don't want to have to like take it off and like redo all my base. So we're just going to go with a pinky blush, I think, for this one. First I'm going to go in with my like base shade from the Hummingbird palette. So that is this one up here called Lagoon. So I'm just going to pop this on the outer corner. I'm just going to kind of blend the edge like as much as possible. I may go in with, I don't know, there was another shade possibly that I might use to help blend out the edge, but otherwise I'm just going to try and blend this one out as much as possible. Look at that, it's such a lovely shade. Like literally perfectly matches with that lipstick. So it's not actually blending out too bad. Maybe I won't need to go in with another shade. So I did think when I was going to be doing this blue look that it was gonna like be, I don't know, I guess more like, you know, a proper blue that's almost a bit purpley, but you know, like proper kind of like royal blue, I guess. I thought it was gonna be like that. But now it's like, yeah, more teal, which I don't think I've done a full-on, I guess, teal look. I have done like blue looks before. I think, did I do one fairly recently as well? Okay, I think that will do for that. Okay, so then we've got the blue. It's looking rather crazy. It's also gone underneath my eye there. So next I'm going to go into the Serenity palette. I'm going to do that darker shade. So this one here called River. And then I am just going to deepen up this outer corner. Now we're going to go in with the shimmers, and I'm thinking I might do, maybe we'll go with the lighter blue first, and then I'll see about adding in that like darker, more like tealy blue. So I'm going to go into the Beauty Bay Midnight palette, and it is this one here, so this light shimmer called Sky, and then we'll just put that on like the inner. Okay, so that does work with the look. I'm just going to swatch that other shade again. So here's what it looks like. So, do I go in with it? We'll just do a little bit. Okay. So I'll just do a little bit on the kind of edge of that teal, blue. And then we just got the inner corner highlight, which I'm going to go into the Cosmic Beauty The Lovers, and this one down here called Value. And I do need to put some under the eyes, so I think I'll go in with those two shades that I used on the top. Just kind of add a little bit. Yeah, lovely. So I think that will be it for the eyes. So I shall go and do my base now, and then we'll come back and we'll put the lipstick on. I'm back, so let's do the lipstick then. So I love the packaging for this. Like, that's one of the main reasons that I initially bought this. Like, it's probably like 10 years old. I don't know. It's very old, but it's just got the lovely roses on it. And I believe Lime Crime, this is by Lime Crime, if I didn't mention that before. But I don't think they're doing makeup anymore, and I think they stopped doing these years ago as well. But it is a very nice formula. So you've got like this tiny, like cute little doe foot. So let's put this on. Oh, okay. Be careful with this. Okay, there we go. It's so hard to get like a really sharp line, like with these dark colours. I feel like it just shows up any sort of like, I don't know, the knobbly edge you can just really see like over here. That's annoying me, but I think that's gonna be it for this. Like trying to get it even, but that will do. So here is the finished look. So obviously I didn't go full on blue, we haven't got a blue blush, but other than that I think it's looking pretty good. So obviously this lip colour is very like intense, it's quite out there. I do really like it though. Like, what do you guys think? Like, do you ever wear like bright colours like this? I don't think I have many now. Like, I used to have more of a selection. I didn't really wear them, but I did own some. Whereas now I think this is probably my most, I don't know, like crazy colour that I have. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. I was just trying to have a little look behind me, but I don't think I have anything. But yeah, I do really like this. Now if I was going to wear this lip colour, like in a look and go outside or anything, I would not do eyes like this. I would probably do neutral eyes to then wear this. Like, I think this is, it's a little bit much, but I don't know, it's not too bad actually. Like, let me know what you think, but like it matches very well. Like, I think I've done really well with matching up the colours actually. So I do really like how this looks. Yeah, I probably wouldn't wear this out together, but I don't think it looks too bad. Like, compared with some of the other ones I've done, like I think you could get away with wearing this out. I'll have to do a look sometime and like try and wear this. Like, I think I've worn it once, like when I first got it to like try it out. I don't think I've worn it again since. So I will have to try and get some use. It's such a lovely colour. Like, I love this colour. Like, I need to get some clothes in this colour actually. I think I have like one dress that's like this colour, but I have to get something else. But yeah, I think the eyes came out really nice. Like, I think they're really pretty. So obviously it's not that royal blue, it is more of like a tealy blue. It's a bit different, I guess, from like if I'm doing a full face of blue makeup, you're probably thinking like royal blue colours, aren't you? So I feel like it's a little bit different from what you would expect. Let me know what you think of this look then. That is it for this little kind of mini series of full face of like colour makeup. So let me know if there's anything else you would like to see. I have got plans for other things to do, but let me know. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give it a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.